They were ready to book with you. They just didn't find you. A visitor in Yorkshire is searching for what you offer right now. The right activity, the right location, yet you don't appear. More than 70% of mobile bookings happen within 48 hours of a Google search. These are not browsers, they are buyers. And right now, some of them are booking with your competitors. Not because they picked them over you, it's because they never saw you. I have just analysed close to 200 tour and activity operators across Yorkshire. What the data shows you will concern you, but it will also show exactly what to fix, including the one operator in this entire region who scored an A grade. This is the full Yorkshire picture. Nearly 400 tour, activity and attraction businesses graded. The map is heavy with amber and red, which tells us straight away the digital plumbing is not keeping pace with what these businesses are actually delivering on the ground. To give tours and activities their own benchmark, I'm filtering to that group specifically. Just over 200 operators, and this is where the story gets interesting. Visibility scores an average of 54 out of 100. That score reflects not only things Google actively looks for in a complete business profile, but also your presence on local tourism directories and listings on leading travel websites. 54 is a lower average score than operators across the north of England, which means there's plenty of room for improvement. And the Google Business Profile Maturity Chart tells you why. Only 21% of tour and activity operators in this region have what I consider a contender profile, one that is complete enough to be actively considered for recommendation. The rest are either passive, meaning the profile exists but not working, or invisible entirely. That single chart explains more about the region's visibility problem than any other number on the dashboard. The more urgent number is this. More than 1 in 3 operators in this region cannot be booked without a phone call or an email exchange. And here's the problem with that. A customer decides on a Saturday night that they want to do something the next day. They find you, they like what they see, but they can't book instantly. So they move on. Not because your experience isn't good enough, but it's because the next operator can confirm them there and then. And that connects directly to how people are searching now. The days of optimizing for search terms someone might type are giving way to something different. People are asking questions with intent already in them. Things to do in Skipton this Saturday with the kids. Outdoor activities near Hull tonight. Google answers those searches by pulling from operators connected to Google Things to Do, availability, pricing, and a direct booking link inside the search result itself without the customer needing to visit your website. 120 out of 201 operators in this region are not connected to it. When someone searches with that kind of intent, those 120 operators simply do not exist. But the data shows a third gap. And this one runs deeper than the others. I'm going to show you a real search where changing one word wipes dozens of operators off the map. You might be one of them. First though, reviews. Think about what it takes to earn a 5-star review. You found the customer, delivered the experience, and made them happy enough to sit down afterwards to tell the world all about it. Now here is what the data shows happens after that. 84% of tour and activity operators across Yorkshire have not received a single new review in the last 90 days. Not because the experiences aren't worth talking about. The average rating across this region is 4.6 stars. But reviews are just a reflection of quality. They are a live signal to Google that your business is active and the experience is still happening. A listing with no recent reviews is a listing Google cannot confidently recommend to someone searching right now. And for the operators who are getting fresh reviews, here is what the data shows next. 144 have not replied to a single recent review. This matters because Google AI reads your listing. It is reading the whole conversation, what guests wrote, and what you wrote back, to understand what your business offers and who it is for. A reply is not just a courtesy anymore, it is data for Google's AI. And for potential customers reading your reviews before they decide, seeing an owner respond, even to a review that was not perfect, builds more trust than a wall of 5 stars with no voice behind them. Operators generating fresh reviews and responding to them are the ones Google has the clearest picture of, which is exactly why some operators with far fewer reviews are outranking businesses that have been running for years. So let's look at exactly what is being left undone across this region. This is the leapfrog table. It shows every opportunity an operator has to get ahead of their competition, most of which costs nothing and takes minutes to sort out. With only a handful of operators in this region posting regular updates to their Google Business profile, anyone who does stands out immediately. Posts are a simple way to announce new experiences, seasonal availability, or upcoming events. And they are a signal to a potential customer landing on your profile that you are open and actively running. 176 operators here are not taking advantage of this. 144 are not responding to reviews, and we have already covered why that matters. 101 have not filled out their description properly. That is, all 750 available characters sitting empty or underused. This section is what Google's AI reads to understand what your business offers and what it pulls data from when someone asks what to do in Hull this weekend. Leave it blank, and Google is guessing on your behalf. Now I want to show you something that demonstrates one of these gaps better than any statistic can. This is a live Google Maps search for a tourist attraction in York. Look at the category analysis on the right. Tourist attraction dominates, and the results on the left are exactly what you would expect. Museums, historical landmarks, castle walls. Now watch what happens when I change one word. Same city, same operators, different search terms. Tour operator and sightseeing tour agency now lead the category analysis. The results are ghost walks, walking tours, cycling experiences. Exactly the kind of operators this video is focused on helping. The businesses that were appearing in the first search are largely gone from the second, and the businesses appearing now were nowhere in the first. This is the category problem made visible. 47 tour and activity operators in Yorkshire are listed as tourist attraction on their Google Business profile. When someone searches for tours or activities rather than attractions, Google has no reliable way to include them. Not because they are not relevant, but because the category they chose tells Google they are something else. Your primary category is a 30-second change in your Google Business profile settings. The cost of leaving it wrong compounds every single day. And 16 operators in this region have never even claimed their listing. Every other number on this table means nothing to those operators. They have no control over any of it. These are not technical problems that require you to spend money or study to become an expert. Operators who have addressed even half of the list are operating in a different league to those who have not. In a region where the quality of experience is genuinely high, that gap is entirely self-inflicted. Before I walk through the leaderboard, I want to show you something. This dashboard updates based on the county filter. So if you want to see how your county sits on its own, pause the video as I cycle through each one. North Yorkshire, the largest group in the dataset and the widest range of scores. West Yorkshire, the escape room sector here pulls the scores up, strong on booking and trust across that category. South Yorkshire, the most pronounced visibility gap of any county, incomplete profiles and missing descriptions showing up consistently. East Riding, the most analog part of this dataset, coastal and rural experiences that guests clearly love, but the digital picture does not reflect what is being delivered. If your county is sitting in the red, stay with me. Most of the gaps you are seeing are not complicated to close. One operator in this entire region scores an A, Shadows of York Ghost Walk. Strong scores across all three scoring pillars. Here we have an independent operator giving Google everything it needs to recommend them. This is what the top of this leaderboard looks like, but even they have some reviews going unresponded, so there's still room to improve. Through the B and C grades, the foundations are generally there. Booking systems in place, reviews coming in, reasonable visibility. The gaps tend to be in one pillar rather than across all three, which means most of these operators are one or two changes away from moving up. This is where it gets interesting. Look across at the D grades and you'll see two very different patterns sitting in the same band. Some have booking scores of 100, the system is there but visibility is weak. Bookable but not being found. Others have strong trust scores built on years of genuine guest loyalty but low bookability scores. Loved but not easily booked the moment someone is ready to commit. Same grade, completely different problem. The E grade follows a similar pattern. at least one strong pillar in most cases with significant gaps in the others, probably the most fixable in the whole dataset. And then there are the F grades. 62 operators. The first thing worth saying is that most of them are not here because the experience is poor. The majority have a rating of 4.5 stars or above. Guests are showing up, having a great time, and saying so publicly. They are here because of what happens between that experience and the next booking. More than half have no real-time booking in place. In a market where more than 70% of mobile bookings happen within 48 hours of a Google search, not being able to confirm a booking instantly means customers move to the next operator. Not because the experience is better, but because an instant confirmation is available somewhere else. Almost all of them had no new review in the past 90 days. From Google's perspective, a listing with no recent activity looks like a business that may not be running anymore. And 16 have never claimed their Google listing. For those operators, Google is making decisions about how to display their business without a single verified detail from the owner. These are not failing businesses, they are overlooked ones. And if you're watching this wondering whether yours is somewhere in that list, I will tell you how to find out in a moment. While I was doing this research for the Northwest region, I came across an operator in Manchester. Award-winning, almost 2 decades of experience with guests who genuinely love what he does. And when I searched for his business on Google, a competitor's details were showing instead. He had been sending his own customers to his competitor without knowing it. We fixed it, and now when you search Manchester Tours, not only does his details correctly display instead of his competitor for his own business name, but he also appears in Google's AI results. I'm sharing these findings because I believe established operators who have spent years building something real deserve to be found in 2026 and beyond. And right now, too many of them are getting left behind. If you watched this video and felt even a moment of doubt about whether Google is showing your business the way it should, that doubt is worth 10 minutes of your time. Go to Google today and search for your business to see what comes up. But if you want to skip the guesswork and see your individual scorecard from this Yorkshire dataset, I've put a direct link in the description below. Click that link and book a free 20-minute revenue recovery session with me. I will show you exactly what Google sees when someone searches for you, your detailed scorecard, and what actions to take. No jargon, no pressure, just clarity, like we did for John at Manchester Taxi Tours. These are great businesses right across Yorkshire. They just need someone in their corner. Click the link below to head to agnosco.digital and let's fix your analog gaps.